Ever seen this piece of Lost in Space robot history before? Well, you might have. Stay tuned. Movies,
music, and monsters.
Hey guys, Dan Monroe here, Media Master Design, where we talk about movies, music, and monsters. Kind of excited, the channel's been doing so well, I'm moving to a new studio space next week, so looking forward to that. So I have a unique piece of Lost in Space robot history to share with everybody today. In 1977, there was a Saturday morning TV show called Skatebirds, which had a segment on it called Mystery Island. And as I've talked about before, the robot from Lost in Space was on Mystery Island, however, heavily altered. A couple of weeks ago, I did a video specifically on that called What Happened to the Lost in Space Robot. Check it out, link in the description. Anyway, this TV show called Mystery Island needed a robot, so they just grabbed the Lost in Space robot, spray painted him white, stripped them all down, and put him on this show. The major pieces they replaced were the tread section, the bubble, and the chest section. And about 15 years ago, I discovered something on eBay which simply blew my mind. And here it is. The chest section of the Mystery Island Lost in Space robot. This chest piece was on the actual Hero Lost in Space robot from 1977 all the way up until 1990 when Kevin Burns had Greg Jean restore the robot. This is what Kevin Burns saw when he went to 20th Century Fox to uncrate the robot for the first time, and it had all of the Mystery Island alterations. It's really interesting to look at all the early 1960s, 1970s technology that went into creating this custom piece for the robot. You can actually see the brush strokes of the blue paint that they used to cover the metal with. And yes, it still lights up and blinks. Most of the sets on Lost in Space that had computer technology-looking equipment in them actually came from real computers at the time. They would disassemble pieces of real computers and stick them into the sets to make the show look like it had real technology. I'm absolutely certain that each one of these components came from something from that era. This was not an existing piece, but all the parts were existing pieces that they assembled into this piece of metal that would have gone right here on the front of the robot. How cool is this? Obviously, at some point around 1989, when Greg Jean was restoring the Hero robot, Greg took this off the Hero robot and somehow ended up on eBay. Lucky for me. So, is this an actual piece of the Hero Lost in Space robot? Well, sort of, but more importantly, this is a significant piece of the history of our beloved B9 robot from Lost in Space. This is a piece I will always cherish, and I'm so happy to be able to share it with you guys. I got a ton of new really cool videos coming up about what happened to the Jupiter 2, the Gemini 12, the Chariot, and even some cool King Kong stuff. So, as always, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you have any questions, drop it in the comments. I will try to answer them if I can. So, as always, thanks for watching. Stop back again as we continue talking about movies, music, and monsters. Movies,
music, and monsters.